count out loud to 1,000. That would take a while. I can help with shorter calculations.
Count to 55.
2 hours later.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What's up guys, and welcome back on my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to review watchOS 27 Beta 7 on my trusty Apple Watch Ultra 2. In this video I will show you what's new, what's changed and what doesn't. So first let's go to settings, general, about. As you can see, it's running the latest beta, beta 7. The build number finishes by A. Model number Apple Watch Ultra 2. So this is the oldest Apple Watch capable of running Apple Intelligence, also known as Siri AI. So I will also test this feature because it got much better. So let's start from the beginning. watchOS 27 Beta 7 feels much faster and much more polished. You see, apps are opening instantly, zero bugs, zero issues. Even this dynamic stack, smart stack, is opening quickly. Previously I had some lags, some widgets were not displaying correctly. Now it works perfect, no issues at all. So the watch is significantly faster. The watch is significantly faster. I think they've improved the performance, they've fine-tuned some details, so apps opening is really fast. Just look at that. Everything is super fast and super smooth, even though it's like 3 years old watch now. Unfortunately, this dynamic app grid is still not customizable. I cannot choose my favorite apps. Every time it's a different app, so I like the idea of this dynamic app grid. I like bigger icons, but sometimes they are just not relevant to my lifestyle. So I still have to tap on all apps and still look for my app, which is kinda sucks. I also hate that I cannot disable this smart stack widget section because sometimes these widgets are just opening by accident because the digital crown touches my hand, and I just, why don't they create a toggle in settings where you can enable or disable smart stack? I just don't understand sometimes what's the logic behind their actions, but whatever. watchOS 27 also introduced new gestures. Well, of course, the double tap existed before, so you can use the double tap to scroll through elements without even touching the screen of your Apple Watch, but now you have a single tap. If you do that, it will open the app. Double tap, double tap. Of course, the most significant update in watchOS 27 is the new Siri app and Siri AI. You can now have access to all your conversation on your Apple Watch. You can also start a new conversation by tapping on this little icon. But of course, the easiest way to access Siri AI is just by pressing the digital crown. You get this new animation. It looks similar, looks exactly the same as on iPadOS or iOS 27. Unfortunately, Siri AI is a little bit laggy on the Apple Watch, is a little bit sluggish, slow, but it's getting better than on previous betas, and I'm going to show you. It's much more responsive, let's say it like that. Count to 1000.
I can help you calculate something or set a timer if you need a specific duration.
So she's unable to count to 1000. Let's try an easier number. Count to 100. Count to 55. It's a little bit buggy, a little bit slow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 18.
It was a prank. whatever. What's the battery life of my Apple Watch?
Battery is at 54%.
What does it mean exactly? Can I use it for half a day, 3 hours, or a full week?
At 54%, your battery should generally last for about half a day to a full day, depending on your usage and the specific model of Apple Watch you have. Standard models typically offer around 18 to 24 hours of battery life on a full charge, while Ultra models can last up to 42 hours. This means you can expect several more hours of use, but it won't last for a full week.
So what I can tell you is that voice processing is much better than before. It's much more stable. It just works better. And it's a little bit faster because previously you had to wait like 20 seconds before getting an answer. And you see, you can find your conversation in the Siri app and you can read the response later if you wish. You can also tap on Show More, and normally she will show you even more details about this conversation. Of course, now Siri AI has access to your personal contacts. She has access to your messages, mails, photos, everything. So you can ask personal context related question. Let's ask her about my previous trip. When was my last trip to Switzerland?
Your last trip to Switzerland was in May 2026. You stayed at the Ibis Genève Center Gare in Geneva from May 14th to May 15th, and then at the Agra Swiss Night by Fastbind in Lausanne from May 15th to May 16th.
It's really sad that Siri AI is available only on Apple Watch Ultra 2 and Ultra 3 models. It's not available on previous, a little bit older Apple Watches. Of course, Series 11, it's available as well, but like Series 9, Series 7, Series 8, it's not available. So watchOS 27 really smashed a whole bunch of Apple Watches because they're not getting new watchOS 27, which is kind of sad. Daily step count. Okay, this is a health-oriented question. And I bet she won't be able to answer that. It just doesn't work. It's so weird that Siri AI is not able to give you details about your health. I mean, Apple Watch is a health-oriented device. She has access to my steps, my sleep quality, so she should provide me with this information, but she doesn't. I suppose it's because the processing is not happening on an Apple Watch. It happens somewhere else in the cloud or on your iPhone. What's my sleep score?
Two hours later.
I couldn't find a sleep score in your data. It looks like you have used sleep tracking apps like Sleep Cycle and Mintel in the past, but I don't have access to your current sleep metrics from those apps or the health app.
It's crazy. I mean, it's on the Apple Watch itself. So, the Siri AI still has a lot of limits. Like, Siri AI on an Apple Watch is not able to answer questions about Apple Watch. That sucks.
Apple.com should be able to help you.
Shut up, my HomePod. Do I have any unread emails?
You have no unread emails.
And this is not true because here's my iPhone and I have literally 3 unread emails. So again, Siri AI is kind of, it works half of the time. Apple stock.
Apple was up 0.32% yesterday, trading at $310.34.
Should I buy Apple stock now or wait for the AI bubble to explode?
While I'm not a financial advisor, deciding whether to buy a stock now or wait depends on your personal financial goals, risk tolerance, and investment timeline. Market timing can be challenging, and bubbles are often only identified in hindsight. It may be helpful to research the company's fundamentals and broader market trends before making a decision.
Now let's talk about the battery life. Settings. Where's the battery life? Battery. We are at 51%. Battery health is at 86%, maximum capacity. It's a heavily used Apple Watch. I have been using it for the past 3 years, and the battery life is okay for a relatively old device, but it's not great. It's just okay. You see, I have been using the Apple Intelligence for about 10 minutes, and I already lost about 8% of battery life in just 10 minutes. So it's kind of, every time you are using Apple Intelligence, Siri AI on an Apple Watch, it really drains your battery life. It drains the battery as hell. Oh, I see another bug. For some reason, my Apple HomeKit devices are not visible here. So you see, it's still kind of buggy. Even though it's a beta 7, the system is polished, but you see little imperfections here and there, and it's kind of sad. I don't know why, but watchOS for me feels like the least polished system out of 3, like iPadOS and iOS. They are really good. watchOS is okay, but not great. So, should you install it or not? If you are impatient, if you would like to test this new Siri AI, why not? You can try it. There are still some little bugs here and there, but it's usable. It's not like the watch is completely broken or there is a critical bug or something. It works, it's fine. If you want to get this Siri AI earlier, you can install it, but I wouldn't recommend installing it right now because we're at the end of beta cycle. If we will have a closer look on the calendar here, I expect the beta 8 to come out on the 31st of August. Then the RC will be available on the 7th of September, and the official release to the general public will happen on the 14th of September. So we're like 3 weeks before the official release. So, if you don't want to risk your own device, don't install watchOS 27 Beta 7, not yet, on your device. Guys, thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please give it a like and subscribe for more tech content. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.